Oh, this looks just like the abandoned hearts of Edgewater.
Let's keep moving before we get all introspective. You, doing okay, Parvati?
I've been better. But thank you for asking.
Never seen a corporation spend this much on a place only to let it rust. Except for Monarch, and Scylla, and Emerald Vale. Okay, I take it back.
Whatever happened here must have been real bad. If Spacer's choice just up and abandoned.
Oh shit, I got a raid. Hello, everyone. Ow. Shit.
Where were we? Whatever happened here must have been real bad. If Spacer's choice just up and abandoned it.
Alright, let's see. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, sorry, not much is interesting. Not much interesting's happening. It's this is the first time I'm doing this DLC in ever.
Captain, transmission request from Ambrose Manor.
Captain! Imagine my surprise when I saw the Unreliable leaving Gorgon with so much urgency and purpose. Tell me you found Mother's journal. I'm positively dying for good news. Well, isn't that exciting? A lonely asteroid, an old research facility, and now shady corporate intrigue. And here I've just been doing the crossword. Any promising leads on Mother's journal? I seem to recall that Mother worked closely with Gorgon's R&D personnel, but not close enough to invite them over for dinner and cocktails, if you get my meaning. By now, they'll have moved on with their lives. If only I could do the same. I knew Mother was involved with some important chemical trials, but I had no idea her pet project was adrenatime. Adrenatime is a working man's stimulant, like a caffeinoid. Very popular at launch, though the marketing quieted down over time. What? No! I mean, there's some very morbid wording in the fine print, but I had no idea adrenatime could make marauders out of people. That's it. That must be it. Spacer's Choice is keeping their dirty little secret about adrenatime off the record. We have to find Mother's journal. If we don't, then Spacer's Choice gets away with murder. I only hope we aren't too late. Adrenatime was touted as the working man's best friend. A drug that boosted productivity with no adverse effects. The promise of adrenatime cannot be overstated. Exhaustion and fatigue were supposed to be obsolete. Workplace accidents would be things of the past. For whatever reason, the drug never lived up to that promise. I don't know. And thanks to Spacer's Choice, we may never find out. I know that I'd like to see a colony where the promise of adrenatime was fulfilled. And I doubt I'm the only one. Thank you. I certainly ought to know what I'm doing. I spent years trying to break into pharmaceuticals, professionally speaking. Mother wouldn't hear of it. She didn't think I had the wit to succeed in her line of work. Safe travels. If your leads give you any trouble, be sure and give them some trouble back, yes?
Crack your knuckles, yes.
That's the spirit.
Look, I'm gonna be honest, the dialogue in this game, it's just perfect sometimes. Like, from the outside looking in, Outer Worlds is another cookie-cutter sci-fi RPG game. But when you, like, really dig into it, it's funny as hell. Dialogue, 11 out of 10. And some of the characters are memorable, and got some pretty good LGBT rep if you pay close attention. Yeah, I will say, though, it's a good game, but like a lot of good games, there's parts where it really drags on. Like, I did a ton of the side quests off camera because, if we're being entirely honest here, some of the quests just aren't that interesting. Or it feels like people will lose interest watching unless they're trying to get it done. And while part of my whole deal is showing people how to finish certain things in a game, I want to make sure people are engaged, and unfortunately sometimes that means cutting out certain parts.
We both fix things, heal them up.
Like, let's be honest, nobody wants to watch someone do 10 fetch quests in a row.
Noses than bones. Nowadays, I probably shoot more than I...
Okay.
Welcome to the Musgrave Family Collection. Still a work in progress. Are you wearing a Jolliker original? I'm impressed. I wouldn't bring a Jolliker anywhere near a Canid. If you're here for the annual Canid review, this greeting constitutes your confidentiality. Now then, how can I help you?
Looking for... I still can't believe that's his last name. Because earlier I had to unlock a door with someone's eye. And they said, "Welcome, Clarence Mosley." I'm like, "Mostly? He's mostly dead."
Mr. Mostly is indeed attending our event, although I am disappointed to discover he did not officially enter his Canid Laplace into our competition. You should find Mr. Mostly.
Also, I do gotta say, one thing I kind of wish came out with this game, and I wish there was an art book that came out, because
You don't have to be scared of these
look at
canids,
stuff like
Captain.
that.
I don't think they're gonna hurt you.
I'd love to have that in my art book collection. Also,
Come now, Anubis, you must hurt her.
seriously, they look like dogs with steelacamp heads.
Look at those wiggles! You think that means we're friends?
I'm kind of curious how they eat now.
Oh, just hear me out. It's a brilliant idea.
Oh! So this is the guy whose eye I used to get in that building.
You there, sauntering about in a Jolliker original. Do you know the interesting thing about Canid shows? Mathematically speaking, the interesting thing about Canid shows is this. They're an exercise in futility. Winning is predetermined. Over time, the inevitable trend is that the race goes to the swift. Time and chance are just statistical outliers. In other words, if you put enough Canids through enough trials, the one with the most optimal attributes generally wins. Exercise. What gave me away? Wait, don't tell me. You've read my monograph, Putting the Us in Calculus, or How to Use... I'm afraid I don't really do autographs, but yes, I am Clarence Mostly. Yes, that's us. Mostly... Well, no, he didn't invent Mostly. Oh. Then you're not here about my monograph. It's true, I was involved with Project Gorgon, but that chapter of my life is long since closed. Listen, I don't know what you want with Gorgon or with me.
So, little information for anyone who's not caught up. Basically, he was a part of a research project where they were making a particular stimulant drug that ended up being the cause of marauders. The thing is, a marauder is literally just a person who, in the world of Outer Worlds, just basically quit their job. Doesn't sound like much until, you know, quitting your job also means turning into a murderous fucking psychopath. Thing is, they were experimenting on prisoners from a planet called Tartarus, and, well, you know how human experimentation goes when things break out the lab.
I was wondering if you were the sort of person to accept sensible advice or respond with threats of lifting. The trouble is, I don't know you. I don't trust you. I washed my hands of Gorgon, and you're asking me to dirty them all over again. Why are you going? A grand prize trophy to the Canid review. What, really? You'll do it? I mean, just like that? Don't you want to know why I asked you?
Because you're insecure, you want a trophy to feel better about yourself.
While you're technically correct, which is my favorite kind of correct, no, that's not why. My Canid, Laplace, is statistically superior to every other Canid in this review. Better average sprinting time. I didn't bother entering Little Laplace. Heading the maintenance tunnel is...
Okay. So, over the course I've been playing this game again, I've noticed there are a ton of Futurama references in here. It's like, well, you're technically correct, which is the best kind of correct Futurama reference. One of your companions will end up whenever you use their skill to fight, they'll say "to shreds," you say. I guarantee you, before the end of this game, I'm probably gonna find like 3 more Futurama references. What the fuck?
I'll keep it down.
Performing.
Their mistake. Nice one! That's the last of them.
Yeah, I will say, Futurama is great. Some of the jokes in the earlier seasons are a little dated, but honestly, it's still a series worth watching. Alright. You know what? I like how there was a glass window where everyone can see me just walk in and snatch that trophy, and nobody batted an eye.
You'd only be letting them into Byzantium.
Jolliker's outfits have been linked to a 12% increase in mild to moderate neck injuries as a result of so many heads turning. My trophy! Look at this thing! Have you ever seen a more garish monument to the boredom of the elite? If only Grandfather Mostly were alive today, I would have loved to wave this trophy right in front of his cataracts. I hope you won't take it personally when I say I had my doubts about lifting the emergency lockdown requires override Marion Blakesley, Jasper Lowe. I see. After I realized some of the researchers had to be alive. I ran some numbers, did a little research, and as far as I know, if you want to lift the lockdown on the after the project shut down, corporate traded him off. Try to
I will say there is one other complaint I have with this game, and that's that while the leveling system isn't terrible, it's really weird that this game only had 2 DLCs, and each DLC raised the level cap by only 3 levels. So base game max level is 30. If you just have Peril and Gorgon, it's at level... it raises to level 33. And with Murder on Eridanos, the level cap is at 36.
You don't much like me, huh, Dr. Ellie?
It's nothing personal. I'm just not the touchy-feely type.
It's just... you seem fine with the others. Did I do something to make you unhappy with me?
You gotta stop taking things so personal. You're setting yourself up for a letdown.
What's gone into Bachmeyer lately?
Alright. I'm actually approaching a pretty good stopping point in a second, but I'd rather get to the ship first. Let's see. Never noticed those plates on that armor. Right. Now is a good point to stop. I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.